Hi guys, I hope you're doing okay. Just an update, just sorting out my hair, doing whatever, and I was just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, is this what some women called a midlife crisis? Even though I don't feel like it's a midlife crisis, but your world does seem to turn upside down because you're not able to function properly. Ladies, I'm talking to you who's going through the perimenopause, the perimenopause, or the menopause. Listen, it's been about 3 years now, and I didn't even realize I was going through the menopause. A lot of women don't talk about it, and it's something that you shouldn't be ashamed of, because had I not spoken to my neighbours and some other people that were struggling, and mind you, the only reason why people will say something to me is because I would mention it. You know, when somebody says, oh, how are you doing? I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling a bit, this, that. I'm going through the menopause. But they've been hiding behind that for years, and their symptoms are worse than mine. So I could just imagine, what it's actually like when your body is in pain. And the worst pain that a woman can have is labor pain, right? I don't have no epidural or things like that. If anything, I would have just the gas and air, and that's it. But when I'm in pain like that, I find it's important for me to just be still in that moment. Don't move, don't talk too much, just be still and just focus on my body so that my body can do what it needs to do. Yeah, that's my birth. Yeah, it's not a nice pain, but you have to get through it. And the thing is, once I'm experiencing pain like that, I'm not thinking about the outcome. I have to stay present with the changes and the cycles that are taking place. And the reason why I'm talking about labor pain, because menopause is like that, yeah? And you only become menopausal when you haven't seen your period for over a year. So I'm still in the perimenopausal stage, yeah, because something happens where I wouldn't have a cycle for 6 months and then it comes back, so something's going on with my body. But I wanted to share something with you ladies about this, right? Because it's okay listening to these campaigns and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's not really giving you the full facts. Do you understand? Because the government has an agenda at the end of the day, right? But through my research for these past 3 years, what I've realised is this. A lot of women, right, they don't know anything about menopause. They don't. And the reason for that is because they're in tune with this planet, Mother Earth. They know how to ground themselves naturally. Do you understand? When you see women up in the mountains, women in the fields, picking rice and stuff like that, and doing other things, tending to the cattle and animals and stuff like that. Remember, the earth has its own bio system, whereas we can work harmoniously together. So this is why these women, they don't have HRT, they don't have patches, all that kind of stuff, right? And I talk to women, right? So they don't have these issues. Now, us here in the West, we're going to experience that because all we see are concrete jungles, right? And the fact that we are not engaging in nature in that way will cause us to be disconnected, yeah? So just be mindful of that. Go out there, go swim in a lake, do you understand? And stuff like that. Just go and tap into nature. Go for a walk in a park, sit down, ground yourself, do as much as possible, because it's going to help. Because when you are feeling like that, I tell you something, the foggy brain, the hot flushes, and then you don't feel like you want to do something. You're not depressed, but it feels like a depression. But that's only because your body is going through some changes that it's not accustomed to going through, right? And the messages that your pituitary gland will send to your adrenal gland, and then it will go to your womb area, the signals are just not matching up. It's all over the place, right? So you're not going to feel that. Do you understand? Because it's something you're experiencing internal. So something's going on with your body that it just does not feel correct, okay? And so what you've got to do is replace your hormones in other foods, which is, what is it? Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and flaxseed is a good way of replacing your hormones. There are some, even mushrooms, oyster mushrooms. There's other things that you can take. You've got to look at foods and herbs that have the hormones in it. Yeah. Progesterone in it. Yeah. You need to go and find those things. Now, I've been trying to find out some research about hormones, and that's something that you really don't find, really. Like, everything else you would find information on, but about the hormonal system, you don't really get much information about it. But something happens. See, if you wait patiently, it will come to you. Do you understand? Things will come to you. Things will be, shown to you in such a way. Do you understand? Your hormones are in your blood. Yeah, it flows through your blood. So another way for you to help your hormonal system to get better is by cleaning and moving your blood, if you focus on that. Because what happens is, because your body is out of sync, it's not listening to the correct messages, it's going to send so many signals around the body. The body's just going to feel off balanced. So much things will happen to your body will start to break down. Yeah, and that's what you need to pay attention to, okay? The fact that you don't want your body to break down. Exercise as much as you can, not things that are too strenuous. Get out there, do something else. Don't pay too much attention to your phone, too much of the movies. Yeah, you're going to be really emotional. You're going to be crying sometimes and don't even know why you're crying. There's a lot of things. Do you understand? So remember, we had these, pains when we first started our cycle. Do you understand? Then it came. Do you understand? And then afterwards, you get into relationships and start making children. Do you understand? Your womb changes. But what happens is, it's painful for the eggs to form in our ovaries, and then they start to deplete. Yeah, every month when we have the cycles, we have our children, and then it still starts to deplete, so it still starts to make changes. But my advice to any of you is this: don't wait until you get to the perimenopausal stage. That is about 35, 30 to 50 in your 50s, 55. Don't wait until you get to those ages for you to be doing the things that you need to do for your body. Women, it's really important. You need to be mindful of how you treat your body now, because this is another thing that I found out as well. When we have our cycles, all of the toxins that have been flowing around our body comes out through our monthly cycles. The purpose of your menstrual cycles It's a filter, yeah? It filters out all of the toxins. Do you understand? That's in your body. Now, when you stop bleeding, that filtering system gets shut down. It doesn't work, you see? So all the stuff, the toxins and everything that's in your body will just go all over your body, and this is what causes mayhem. This is 10 minutes. I can't even believe I've been talking for 10 minutes. Seriously, I swear. Do you understand? So inflammation, sugar, too much sugar. Sugar is what causes the hot flushes. Another thing what I've noticed as well for pain once you're in the perimenopause phase is that wild yam. Wild yam cream, wild yam herbs, red clover. Yeah? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Another thing as well for the foggy brain, ashwagandha. But you can't take that too much. This is what they give horses. Yeah? It will give you energy, right? You need to be using things that will kind of stimulate your body in the right way. If you're on medication, you have to pay extreme attention to whatever herbs or foods that you're having that will overstimulate or understimulate your body. And it will stop the medication from working, or it will increase the compounds in the herbal medicines to make you better. Do you understand? It will have too much an effect on you. So that's why it's really important to go and get some advice, even from your GP, the pharmacist as well. Look at the leaflets that are in your prescriptions and find out if there are any contradictions with the medication that you're taking, with plants and plant-based foods, stuff like that, okay? So I thought I'd just share that with you today, because it's like, I'm like, at an age now, like, what? I'm trying to flow through life gracefully, and I'm enjoying it because I enjoy my life anyway. There's a few ups and downs, as everyone has. There are challenges along the way, but, trying to figure out what to do, like, with this grey. Do you understand? Trying to find a suitable hairstyle that will just go with this grey, because I'm not dyeing it. I used to dye it before when there was to be just little bits of grey hair in my hair. But I'm at that salt and pepper look, so it's like, what can I do to actually, you can see it's actually coming from my roots. And I was like, what hairstyle can I put in my hair? I had my locks before, and because my locks, I cut them off. And because the grey hair was growing, I didn't like the two-tone colours. Do you understand? So that's why I cut my locks off. But I wouldn't mind locksing up again, because I actually like the locks. But it takes years for my hair to locks up, because my hair is really thin and soft. So yeah, I just thought I'd just share that with you, because it's not easy. And I say to you girls, please, 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 women, do not be ashamed or afraid of what you're going through, what you're experiencing. People are going to get fed up, but I feel you. I understand what's going on. Do you understand? Husbands, boyfriends, partners, family members, please try and understand what the person's going through, because it's not easy. And then to lose your womb and everything because a woman cannot deal with the issues because so much things is going on in a person's body, that's another thing as well. These are changes that, a woman wouldn't expect to have. But at the same time, it's something, that she can kind of, prepare herself and just move through it gracefully. But it's a sugar. It's a sugar. We've got to cut down on the sugar. It's like giving a little child sugar. Remember when they have that saying, once a man, twice a child, right? When you're going through that perimenopause and menopausal phase, you're going back into your childlike state. So you have to reverse. It's the reverse of what you went through when you was younger. When we wasn't having our cycles, we wasn't feeling that way. Do you understand? But remember, it was already embedded in us. We had to go through certain things first in order for us to reach puberty. Do you understand? So Once a man, twice a child. So you've got to go back and you've got to pay extra care to what you're eating, what you are intaking. I mean, naturally, anyway, your environment, everything. You got to have peace of mind, yeah? Yeah, peace of mind. Have healthy boundaries. Do whatever it is that needs to do because you don't want to suffer. And a lot of people are going through, hip replacements, knee replacements. So take it easy on yourself, okay? Because once the hormones are not working effectively, it affects our bones. Yeah, it affects a lot of things. So just pay attention. You could get diabetes, high blood pressure, so these are things to be aware of when you're actually going through this menopause. So treat yourself extra careful. And yes, it's going to take a while. It really is, especially if you want to go down a natural route, right? Currently going through a fast. I always do 3 liters of liquids. Haven't just done water, I've done liquids. So it'll be herbal teas, smoothies, whatever, and some juice. I've been doing that, yeah? And because I know my body's going to need a break, to reset itself. And I find this is what's needed because it's a build-up of everything that's going on in my body. So at the same time, I can still give it medicine, and still do whatever it is that I need to do. So yeah, I just thought that was just a suggestion anyway. Not a suggestion, it's what I'm actually doing anyway. If you are wanting to do something like that, please go and talk to your GP first, please. Because not everybody responds in the right way, in the same way. So everybody responds differently, and aloe vera is really good. That's something that I've been doing recently as well. I've been rubbing it all over my skin. It's been making my eyelashes thicker, my eyebrows as well. It makes my skin soft. It takes a while to get rid of the acne though, because I do have acne as well, acne spots. And then there's these spots here, which I've had that from the beginning of the menopausal phase. And especially this one, that black spot there. It's like I've been trying my best to shift it. And it hasn't been easy. So this is where I'm at. Please take your time. When you see those elderly ladies, go and have a chat with them. Do you understand? And ask them how they got through it. Don't suffer on your own. That's the worst thing that anybody could do, is suffer on their own, right? But the brain fog is the worst throughout this menopause because it makes you feel like you're going crazy. And that was in the early stages. And I think that was to do when your body totally shuts down, like it's not receiving the signals. After a few months, you might get symptoms like that. But had I not spoken to somebody about it, I would have thought it was just me going off. But it's not, it's part of the symptoms that you're having. So please, don't suffer in silence. Go and get the help and the support that you need. Make sure that you get the right supplements that will be able to make sure that you get the right hormones in your body. Pine. There's another word, it begins with P. I can't remember it. But pine, it's good. It reduces your aging. Pygonal, something like that. That's what it's called. I don't like being clueless, but it really does do wonders for your body. It's like an extract, extract from the pine, right? The pine tree, yeah? So get some of that if you can, but please check with your medicine and all that kind of stuff first before you go down a natural route. You're going to need to speak to a professional first. Go and get your massages, go and treat yourself right. Okay, go easy on yourself because you are not, even though we're maturing, we are moving backwards like a child. So go easy on yourself. I say to you, take care, God bless, and be patient, okay? Because when you see those women that are just maturing so beautifully and they don't even look their age. And that takes time. That takes you looking after yourself, and it starts from now. It's a consistent thing that we need to do. But as women, it's like, oh, nobody told me about this before. You know, so take care of yourselves, and, you know, just one day at a time. Okay, don't think about tomorrow. One day at a time. Just do what you can do today. Okay? Right, take care. God bless, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Peace.